Hello and welcome. This is the news on NTA International, reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. My name is Justin Bemuye and Anna Olainka is the sign language interpreter. First, let's look at the headlines. No economy can thrive if its most talented youths are sold to crime. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu charges youths on gainful ventures. Coordinating Minister of Health affirms implementation of performance management system is in line with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. And Ghana launches National Child My Head online protection framework to create safe online environment for children. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi has officially briefed President Bola Tinubu on the fuel tanker disaster which recently claimed over 100 human lives in the state. The governor at the State House this Tuesday also appreciated the president for the federal government's response and support conveyed by a delegation to the state, led by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akumi. After meeting with the president, Governor Namadi briefed State House correspondents on the situation update.
As of today, we have about 181 people that died, and we have about 80 people in the hospital, and about 210 families are affected by this disaster. The Jigawa State government has taken the medical bill of all the affected people, and we have done a lot of intervention to the families to ensure that they continue their livelihood. And also, Mr. President has promised to intervene and assist the victim.
Following the incident, the president directed the authority of the Federal Safety Corps to investigate and proffer a lasting solution to such occurrence, while the state government has also set up a committee with similar mission. No economy can thrive if its most active and talented youth are sold to crime. Therefore, it is imperative that parents and other stakeholders take proactive steps aimed at renewing and redirecting the minds of youth towards productive and honest living. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu stated this while declaring open the 2024 National Cybercrime Summit, organized by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in Abuja. State House correspondent Adeni Tayo reports.
Bringing together relevant stakeholders, the National Cybercrime Summit 2024 is a rallying cry by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against a social and economic menace that threatens the integrity, security, and productive capacity of the nation. Their theme, Alternative to Cybercrime, Optimizing Cyber Skills for National Development, intends to open a new chapter in the fight against cybercrime by first acknowledging its challenges while highlighting opportunities for honest livelihood in tech ecosystem. The commission is putting a strong foot forward with the establishment of a rapid response desk. And while unveiling the desk, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says everything must be done to ensure that the creative talent of Nigerian youths are not excluded from active involvement in national development.
As we gather here today, we are confronted with a pressing reality. The digital age, while offering unprecedented opportunities, has always exposed us to new vulnerabilities. It is therefore crucial that we address this challenge head-on and explore not only the harmful consequences of cybercrimes, but also the sustainable alternatives that can redirect our youth towards productive and positive endeavors. To our youth, the choices we make today will define your future and the future of Nigeria. I urge you to choose honesty, integrity, and hard work, as it truly paves the way for lasting success.
The federal government under President Bola Tinubu, the Renewed Hope Initiative under our leadership, and the EFCC are all working to offer multifaceted solutions to the challenge, but more has to be done by other critical stakeholders.
It is crucial that we emphasize and entrench the culture of hard work rooted in honesty and dignity of labor among our teeming youth. In this regard, Parents play a pivotal role in raising and guiding their children and wards to be God-fearing, inculcate in them good values, morals, and sense of patriotism. Bond of trust and understanding should be created between parents and their children, and to allow for open communication whereby their fears and insecurities could be addressed.
With about 250 billion naira lost yearly to cybercrime, the Commission requires the support of all to protect the nation's digital space and image.
We have reached a stage in our nation that necessity should compel a change of narrative from criminality to productivity, from idleness to usefulness, and cybercrime to cyber wealth. The EFCC under my leadership is completing work on a cybercrime research center.
By empowering these youth to build our economy and salvage our image as a nation, the FCC is creating a momentum for the development of our country.
The Christian Association of Nigeria continues to urge religious leaders to give strong moral leadership in combating this crime by showing examples of contentment.
We need to integrate our cultural legacy and the impact it may have on the perception of crime.
What we need is aggressive engagement so that a lot of people that have done this on the platter of they know, we readjust and adjust.
Apart from reducing response time to reported cases from all the states of the Federation, the new Cybercrime Front Desk, ECR2, is also positioned to serve as the hub for research and development. From the banquet hall of the Presidential Villa, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
About 24 world leaders gathered in Russia on Tuesday for the opening of a 3-day summit of the BRICS group, an alliance of emerging economies that the Kremlin hopes will challenge Western economy. The leaders in the bloc called for an end to the war in Ukraine in the course of the summit. Comfort Fashion tells us more.
Although the main issue on the agenda of the BRICS summit include Putin's idea for a BRIC-led payment system to rival SWIFT, an international financial network that Russian banks were cut off from in 2022, as well as the escalating conflicts in the Middle East. But Moscow's partners from China, India, Brazil and the Arab world are urging President Vladimir Putin to find a way to end the war in Ukraine. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he wants the Ukraine conflict to be resolved peacefully and quickly as he meets President Vladimir Putin at the BRICS summit in Russia.
हमारा मानना है कि समस्याओं का समाधान
Modi told Putin at the opening day of the BRICS summit in Kazan that they believe that disputes should only be resolved peacefully and that they totally support efforts to quickly restore peace and stability. Ahead of the meeting, Modi praised what he called the special and privileged strategic partnership between Moscow and New Delhi and said issues including climate change will also be on the agenda. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa also said he considered Moscow a valued ally and friend during talks with Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin at the BRICS summit in Kazan.
We continue to see Russia as a valued friend who supported us right from the beginning, from the days of our struggle against apartheid, right through to now.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is also undertaking his first trip to Russia since April 2022 to attend the summit, starting with 4 members when it was established in 2009. BRICS has since expanded to include several other emerging nations such as South Africa, Egypt and Iran. Turkey, a NATO member with complex ties to both Moscow and the West, also announced in early September that it wants to join the bloc. The BRICS group now accounts for 45% of the world's population and 35% of its economy. BRICS event hosted in the western city of Kazan will span from October 22 to 24th, 2024. Comfort, fashion, NTA News.
Now, China has reached a resolution with India over issues related to their disputed border. This was after New Delhi said it had struck a deal with Beijing for military patrols along the frontier. Comfort Fashion has more to tell us.
Recently, China and India have maintained close communication through diplomatic and military channels on issues relating to the China-India border. A foreign ministry spokesman, Lin Jian, told a regular briefing that the two sides have reached a resolution on the relevant issues. Lin said that Beijing gives its positive approval to the deal. He added that in the next stage, they will work with India to properly implement the resolution. However, Lin did not say whether the deal paved the way for an official meeting between Chinese leader Xi Jinping and his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi at the BRICS summit in Russia this week. Foreign Secretary of India, Vikram Misri, said as a result of the discussions they had, consensus has been arrived at on patrolling arrangements along the line of actual control in the India-China border areas, leading to disengagement and eventually resolution of the issues that had arisen in these areas in 2020. China and India, the world's two most populous nations, are intense rivals and have regularly accused each other of trying to seize territory along their unofficial divide, a narrow strip of land known as the Line of Actual Control. After a border skirmish in 2020 that killed at least 20 Indian soldiers and 4 Chinese, both sides pulled back tens of thousands of troops and agreed not to send patrols into the Line of Actual Control. Comforts, Fashion, NTA News.
Let's now move to Tunisia, where President Kais Saied has been inaugurated for a second term following a month-long crackdown and string of arrests of his political opponents. In his inauguration speech, the 66-year-old former law professor called for a cultural revolution to combat unemployment, fight terrorism and root out corruption to help build a country where everyone can live in dignity. Kais Saied's October 7th re-election with a 90.7% share of the vote came after a turbulent first term during which he suspended the country's parliament, rewrote its post-Arab Spring constitution, and jailed dozens of his critics in politics, media, business and civil society. He promised to target traitors on the payroll of foreigners and blamed counter-revolutionary forces for obstructing his efforts to sustain Tunisia's struggling economy throughout his first term in office. And now Ghana has launched the National Child My Head Online Protection Framework to create a safe online environment where children can explore, learn and grow. At the launch, wife of Ghana's Vice President Samira Bawumia urged parents, teachers and law enforcement agencies to give the project the much-needed support to achieve the desired goal.
As the country's information communication technology deepens, so is the exposure of children to access to the internet for fun and learning. Data shows millions of children globally are exposed to online risk, making them more vulnerable to cyber threats. The National Child Online Protection Framework provides guidelines for parents, educators, and policymakers on how to ensure children's safety online. It includes strategies for promoting digital literacy, monitoring children's online activity, and collaborating with law enforcement agencies to tackle cyber crimes targeting young people.
Child Online Protection Framework is a guiding document, actionable plan that seeks to support not just government but all stakeholders, including parents, to be able to support children to have a responsible user experience.
The wife of the Vice President, Mrs. Samira Bawumia, called for collaboration among all stakeholders to create a united front in the fight against online risk.
In our quest to build a digitally resilient Ghana, the fight against these online challenges must be relentless. We must recognize that it's a fight that involves all of us, not just the responsibility of governments and corporations. It is a responsibility we all share. We must play our part in ensuring that our digital spaces remain trustworthy, safe, and secure.
The National Child Online Protection Framework was launched by the Cybersecurity Authority.
Are you watching the news on NTA International? We will take a short break now. More stories when we return. Please don't go away.
We all get that party where they get your back anytime or day. E go carry a matter for head like say na your own. Now so Go TV tanda for your side as your party for correct enjoyment. We not a tear pocket. For this Go TV Super Plus Golden Window, you fit touchlight all the 380 Premier League games, correct local shows, and better film. We day for you. Make your sharply upgrade or recharge your Go TV on top Super Plus to enjoy every today. The Super Plus Golden Window don't come out money now. Not do yourself, oh. Go TV. Love it.
Now, Cameroonian President Paul Biya has landed at the Yaoundé's International Airport after several weeks out of the country amid rumors about his health. The West African nation's 91-year-old leader appeared on television after the presidential plane landed as a jubilant crowd waited to greet him. Questions about Biya's health and whereabouts grew when he disappeared from public view after leaving Beijing at the beginning of September following a China-Africa Cooperation Summit. The Cameroonian leader also did not participate in the United Nations General Assembly in New York, nor a summit for French-speaking countries in Paris. And in recent days, he's been represented by his Prime Minister Joseph Dion Ngute at different events. On October 8, after consistent rumors about Biya, the government released a statement saying he would be back in the country in the next few days. Biya has been Cameroon's president for more than 41 years, second in Africa only to 82-year-old Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasongo, who has held power in Equatorial Guinea for 45 years. Now, the United Kingdom Home Office International Operations has said its collaboration with Nigeria on the fight against substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking is yielding positive results. Head of UK Home Office International Operations Victoria Poland stated this when she led her colleague on a courtesy visit to the chairman and Chief Executive Officer of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, to renew a memorandum of understanding between Hoyo and NDLEA in Abuja. The duo said the issue of drug trafficking is a huge global issue that requires joint effort to hence the willingness of the teams to work with the NDLEA in order to do things differently. Describing the Home Office as major partner, Marwa expressed appreciation to the UK government for supporting Nigeria's efforts to curb the scourge of illicit drug trafficking, especially with the building and donation of Marine Headquarters facility to the agency last week and a similar operational facility at the MMIA Command in Ikeja, Lagos last year. Nigeria is making a bold move in its energy transformation by positioning itself to benefit from Germany's 4 billion euros commitment to green energy projects across Africa by 2030. This initiative aligned with President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, which emphasizes economic diversification, job creation, and sustainable development, which are among the key pillars to revitalize Nigeria's economy. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology Chief Uche Jeffrey Naji highlighted the strategic significance of the partnership during the German Federal Foreign Office H2 Diplo study tour. Green hydrogen, often referred to as the oil and gas of the future, holds immense potential to drive Nigeria's energy transition. As a clean, renewable resource, green hydrogen can decarbonize industries, enhance energy security, and unlock vast economic opportunities. Germany, in its quest to achieve carbon neutrality by 2045, will rely heavily on importing green hydrogen from key partners like Nigeria underscoring the critical importance of this collaboration. Nigeria, to leverage Germany's €4 billion green energy investment, the partnership supports the core objectives of President Tinubu's agenda of fostering innovation, promoting industrial growth, and reducing reliance on fossil fuels. It also positions Nigeria to become a key player in the global green hydrogen market. By harnessing cutting-edge technologies and fostering a business-friendly environment, Nigeria stands to attract significant foreign direct investments, create new jobs, and open up global markets for energy exports. Now, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has acknowledged the transformative leadership style of the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, saying it has made the oversight responsibility of the National Assembly easy. The Speaker made this remark during the flag-off ceremony of the construction of an access road to the judges' quarters in Katankwe District, Abuja. Onoze Yakubu has the details.
This is the second leg of the ongoing flag-off ceremony of critical infrastructure projects. This time, it is the construction of the 2.7-kilometer access road from the Ring Road 1 by N16, as well as internal roads within the judges' quarters. Stakeholders are optimistic that the project will open a road network from Katankwe to other adjoining districts.
With the development of this project and provision of the interchange there, we will completely seal off that U-turn and it will eliminate substantial traffic bottleneck that we experience when commuting from this side with the other side of the district.
Members of the National Assembly pledged their continued support, saying that the transformative drive of the Nyesom Wike-led administration has made their oversight functions a bit easier.
We're going to partner with you, we're going to support you in every way to continue to do this such development to the ordinary people of Nigeria.
You've seen the projects we've done in FCT, and we're doing more before the end of this year and next year coming.
We have witnessed several flag-offs, not just as ceremonial acts, but as milestones in the commitment to make Abuja a world-class city.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike promises that the project will be delivered to mark the second anniversary of President Tinubu's administration.
Your hard work and expertise will make this project a reality. It is through your dedication that we can now enjoy improved access to the judges' quarters.
We have the money for you, so don't be afraid. This is not a project that will cost us 10 billion and we have 500 million naira in the budget now. As I speak to you, we have not less than 70% of the money in the budget.
The minister also hinted that from next week, his administration will begin to clamp down on street beggars. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
In line with recent presidential directives on food security, the Nigerian Army is developing the capacity of its personnel to enhance effective utilization of its farms and ranches. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa tells us more.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently directed the armed forces to utilize its ungoverned land to promote agricultural ventures to address food security and provide employment.
Warfare is changing into food, and I want the military to see this as the future.
This workshop, organized by the Nigerian Army Farms and Ranches, is to develop the capacity of Army personnel to boost production and ensure effective utilization of Army farms.
Following President's directive, the Nigerian Army has already begun the review of all its agricultural policies to better position the farm to significantly boost crop production. The outcome of this will contribute significantly in addressing the food insecurity facing the nation.
The Nigerian Army's participation in agricultural ventures through farming and ranching also aims at contributing to peace through food security. The Nigerian Army Farms and Ranches will continue to explore and research in the agricultural sector to ensure that the Nigerian Army contributes meaningfully to the National Food Reserve.
This training workshop is to provide a synergy between members of the armed forces represented by the Nigerian Army Farms and Ranches, and other stakeholders and development institutes within the country to ensure that the President's directive is seamlessly, effectively, and speedily accomplished.
The Farms Initiative is a critical component of the Nigerian Army non-kinetic approach to tackle insecurity and contribute to the nation's food security. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, has affirmed that the implementation of the Performance Management System, PMS, in the health sector will save lives and enhance the well-being of Nigerians in alignment with Mr. President's renewed hope agenda. Professor Pate stated these at the 2024 Ministerial Leadership Retreat on Performance Management Systems organized by the Federal Ministry of Health in Bauchi State. Professor Pate was of the opinion that the implementation of the new PMS by the federal government significantly complements efforts towards health sector reforms. The system, he noted, provides a robust framework that ensures all health MDAs focus and align their resources, human, material, financial, and more towards achieving the strategic goals and objectives of the health sector. The governor of Bauchi State, represented by the Deputy Governor Mohammed Awal Jatau, appreciated efforts of stakeholders in the health sector for their unwavering support in strengthening the health sector. While appreciating them for the choice of Bauchi State for the retreat, the governor informed participants of efforts by his administration in providing fiscal infrastructure for quality health care and recruiting 3,000 health workers to address the challenge of shortage of health workers in the state. The Permanent Secretary, Daju Kacholom MNI, described the PMS as being a tool for appraising performance, stressing that it is a vital mechanism for improving governance, fostering transparency, and ensuring that every employee within the ministry is fully engaged in the collective goal of service delivery. A statement signed by the head of Information Ministry of Health, Bala Balogun, indicates the participants were drawn from agencies and parastatals of the ministry from the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. This is where we end the news on NTA International. Thank you so much for being a part of it. My name is Justin Bemuyi, and Anna Olainka has been the sign language interpreter. We'll say bye for now.